Hi guys, welcome back, and you guessed it, it's challenge time. What I'd like to do for this and the next lecture is reach back to a couple of old applications we worked on and now improve them with all the new skills we've learned, especially the selection and repetition commands that we learned last lecture and all these new worksheet controls like the combo box and the list box. That and more coming up today. So in the resources for today's lecture, we have two files. One is reaching back, and this is the solution. Don't look at that one, obviously, right away. Let's click on this one just to review what it looks like and how we're going to improve it, things that are sort of wrong about it. So it starts off with a nice little opening, okay? We start off right away, and it asks for the guess. Now that already I don't like. I want it to just have an opening and then have sort of a button that starts it. But anyway, here we are. And I'm just going to type in some numbers just to be a little naughty. And I'm going to type in a 7. So what I'm trying to get you to realize is if you don't type in the right numbers, I am actually wrecking this solution, this macro that's executing this application. So where does what we learned come in? Well, what we're going to do now is I'm going to get you to improve this program so that, first of all, it just says a welcome screen and then stops. Then there is some button, maybe right around here, that says execute my macro. And then as the macro executes, those input boxes are going to pop up, but there's going to be some error checking. So that, for instance, if I type in a negative for the guess, it says, only positives. If I type in a 7 for the snacks and there's only 1, 2, and 3, it won't accept it. Okay, so that's the real challenge today. And I'll actually show you how it works. And then I'll let you stop the video and give it a try. Okay, so here is the full solution. And again, please don't look at it. Try to do it yourself first. So as it starts up, it says welcome. Okay, that's okay, but then it doesn't start right away. You have to press a button, something on your screen that will execute your macro, and then it asks for the guess. So again, I'm going to type in -4, but this time it's going to yell at me. Okay, so I'll type in a proper number. This one I'm going to type in a 7, and again, it's going to say no, only 1s and 2s. So I'll type in a 1, 2. I'll be good for the next little while, and then I'll be bad again. Okay, and then I'll type in the right response. Okay, and so you can see now we're incorporating a bit of error checking until we get the right solution. Okay, so that's your challenge for today. Now stop the video. And then when you think you're done and you want a little refresher, I will recap the solution just to make sure you did it the right way. Okay, I hope you found that fairly straightforward. I hope you went back to your old examples from the last lecture to give you some ideas how to do this solution. Let's go through the code to make sure you did it the right way. So we'll go to Developer, Visual Basic. Now, first things first, that opening, welcome to my macro, so to speak, I was going to find right there. Okay, so that's the workbook open event, and I don't actually call anything from here. I just say message box, welcome, and that's it. 99% of the code is in the mod. Let's click on it and take a look at the solution. Okay, so we'll slide up to the top, and it's going to be lots of things we're going to ask the user. We're going to ask them for the number of guests, hors d'oeuvres, soup, entrees, sides, all the way to music, and those are all numbers. Okay, so we'll save those as integers. We're going to declare our object, the worksheet, and point to it right here. It's in the party sheet. And as we've done on quite a few of the examples lately, we will unprotect the sheet, do our stuff, and then put the protection back on. Now we're going to do a combination of if statements and loops. And I like this type of loop the best because it allows us to yell at the person if they don't type in the right thing. That do loop until, it's neat too, but this is the best way to do it. So we're going to have a loop that goes around forever, asking for, in this first example, the number of guests. Now remember, when we use the input boxes, they always return strings, right? So we need to use val to take the quotes off so we have a pure number. So guess will be a number, and we want to make sure they don't type in a negative or even 0. So if the value they typed in was bigger than 0, then we get out and accept that answer, and we take that answer and we put it into cell D20. So you're going to see us just go through a series of these inputs, checking for the number, and then accepting or not accepting. Okay, so if the person typed in a negative, we would yell at them, and then it would hit the word loop and go back up and keep redoing it. Same with your hors d'oeuvres. With your hors d'oeuvres, we'll accept a 1 or a 2. And if those are the ones you typed in, you get out, and we take your answer and store it into G24. Okay, with soups, there's 3 choices we'll accept. Okay, and as we work through it, 3 choices for the entrees, 2 choices for the sides, okay, 3 choices for dessert, and then we get to the alcohol, there's a choice 1 or 2, and finally the music is choice 1 or 2. Once we have those all put in there, we move, and this is kind of neat, we move to that particular cell. That's the cell that has the answer. So you see it shift to that spot. Let's give it one more run to go through it. So we'll press here, okay, and we'll have 90 guests. And then hors d'oeuvres, we'll pick 1, 2. I'll type in something wrong there. Type in 2, 1, 2, 1, and 1. And you saw that it moved right to this spot. Okay, so it's kind of neat that we change the focus to exactly where the answer is with that select command. And there you have the solution to this first challenge. Thanks for listening. On to our next lecture and a new challenge.